let's get this party started, shall we? I didn't expect the title to take that long. The song's already over. Let's listen to it again. That was a banger. Well, hello, greetings and salutations, and welcome to another exciting chill and chat. Got a few packages to open there. So the thumbnail is of those packages, by the way. It is that actual stack. Yeah, those all came in today. What are you doing? Oh. Of course, the cats are loving all the boxes. It's just like a freaking jungle gym for them. But cheers. Having some, what is this? Other than being a weed drink. Lemonade iced tea. Yeah, it's quite good. Honestly, it just tastes like iced tea. But it gets you messed up, man. Well, not really messed up, just happy. Puts us in our happy place. So I guess we'll give people a few minutes to get here, and then we'll head on over there. And get that all going. I do have some news. You guys who were here yesterday and the day before, and perhaps on the Discord, will know I've had a lot of trouble acquiring the new computers. Not for lack of funds, but lack of the computer place accepting my card. No problems with the bank. All cleared with the bank. All good. But the only thing we could figure is it's a debit credit card, not a credit card. You know what I mean? So I think it's the case of where they used to support those, but for whatever reason they don't anymore. So every time I tried to put it through, it would see that it's, I guess, a debit card, and would just be like, "No, can't use that." It's like, but it's also a credit card. Like, it can be used for both. That's kind of the point. I'm not getting another credit card. I just paid off that entire debt. That was my one remaining debt, was the old credit card debt. So it's done. I have no desire to go down that road again, ever. Fuck credit cards. They just ugh. They charge you so much interest, you might as well just borrow money from the mob. It's basically the same. But the only difference is the credit card company won't send Rocco after you to break your kneecaps. They'll just send you into collections and ruin your entire financial life. So, yeah. Fortunately, that didn't happen with mine. I just kept paying the minimums. But yeah, that's great. You pay the minimums, you'll pay it off in like 40 years, maybe. So it was nice to be able to just drop a big chunk of change and just say, done, never again. So anyway, been having trouble getting the order to go through. Had the order going, I've redone it. I don't know how many times. I've lost count by this point. Talked to Newegg, talked to the bank, multiple times, and just nothing. So thought, well, let's try this again. Started from scratch, and like, oh look, they accept PayPal. And I actually just changed my PayPal to a business account. Thank you very much. Honestly, more for convenience than anything else. But hey, Carlani says Newegg will only accept bank or PayPal. No, it'll accept credit card, like actual proper credit cards with credit on them, not actual money, but credit. And PayPal and a couple of other payment services like PayPal that I'd never heard of. But I assume they're much the same thing. Anyway, so the bank card just wasn't working. I've been using it all week for Amazon. Amazon doesn't care. They just want your money. I thought most places just wanted your money. So apparently not Newegg. They only want your money under very specific circumstances and conditions. So I called PayPal, gave them the heads up. Okay, look, there's a big chunk of change coming in the form of an order from Newegg. And they're like, yep, should be fine. No worries. You don't have any limits or anything on your account. You're in good standing. It's all good. I was like, okay. I just wanted to give them the heads up because it is a large sum of money. And I didn't want to, you know how they get antsy with, oh, this is unusual spending. And it's like, yeah, I know. Isn't it great? But so I called PayPal. They said everything was fine. I called the bank. And they said everything was fine. Now, I'd given them the heads up multiple times this week about a big purchase coming from Newegg, so they were very much in the loop. And I was concerned that if it came through PayPal, it would just show as PayPal and wouldn't have any indication that it was Newegg. So I just wanted to double check with them, make sure everything was good on that end. Also, that I don't go over my daily spending limit, and which I had to bump up specifically for this purchase. And I really wanted to do it all in one fell swoop, just to have the satisfaction of placing a stupidly massive order, like, having it all in one. So there is a certain satisfaction to that. But anyway, long story short, PayPal went off without a hitch. New computers, yes, plural, should be on their way tomorrow. As to how long it's going to take for them to get here, I don't know. The last computer I got, I actually ordered through Newegg. And as I recall, it only took about a week. It didn't take very long. So, yeah. We're almost there, folks. We're almost there. Stuff is coming. All for the satisfaction, says Carlton. Partly. I did try to do it as, split it in half and do it as 2 orders. It didn't matter. And I even tried I had a few accessories I was getting as well. I tried just doing the accessories, really inexpensive order, comparatively speaking. That wouldn't go through either. So it wasn't a problem with the dollar amount. It was a problem with the card. They just don't like my card for some reason. Thank God PayPal doesn't have a problem with that. They don't care either. They just want your money any way they can get it. So they'll take whatever you got. So, yeah, so PayPal to the rescue. Thanks, Elon. I don't think he's had anything to do with PayPal for a long time, But, well, he must not have had anything to do with PayPal for a long time because it works really well. 20 people here. Should we start with the package openings? I don't really want to wait. I've had them sitting there all day. I had like so little. I had like the shittiest sleep too. Like after the stream yesterday, I spent. Where'd my spongy thing go? Ugh, it's always trying to escape. Back here. Yeah. Aren't I good to you? Don't I feed you? I put a roof over your head. You're safe, secure, happy, and loved. Why do you keep trying to run away? Anyway. What was I talking about? Oh, right. Shitty sleep last night. So I was going to go straight to bed after the stream. I was already like really tired. And my brain wouldn't stop going. I just wanted to get this computer situation sorted out. So I tried again and again and again, called the bank, called Newegg, and everything was just useless. And yeah. So I did my best to get it sorted out. And then as I was just kind of dozing off, I was just like, I wonder if PayPal would work, because they do take PayPal. And sure enough, PayPal was the answer. Which is fine. I don't care. I don't care what payment service I need to use to get the thing done, as long as I get it done, But I mean, you'd think going straight from the bank would be easier because you're cutting out the middleman. I don't know. Anyway. Glad to have that done finally. Now, let's go open some packages and take a look at all the stuff that did go through. I think I know what some of these things are, but I'm not entirely sure. There's a lot of stuff. Here maybe. Gotta be back a little bit, because you need to be able to see the expanse of what is going on. The Expanse, great sci-fi show, highly recommended. I gotta finish the Telltale game. I only played the first episode of it. I have it all. I have it all. I have it now. No, wait a minute. Staring at the back of Godzilla's head. The skeleton just looks exasperated. God, I'm so tired of this shit. Like the Crichton said, us and PayPal, just making out furiously with PayPal. Meanwhile, you guys remember all those SSD drives that came in the other day? Well, I plunked one of them into the PC, and I am presently moving files off of one of my dying hard drives. What? Wait a minute. What is going on here? $380. So I'm just checking the batch of files I just did. Okay, that looks good. Yeah. So the first order of business is I've got an external hard drive that's kind of dying. So I wanted to move everything off of there so I could retire that drive. It's only about 1 terabyte's worth of stuff, but it's important stuff because it's largely it's the archive of stuff I've captured from my VHS tapes. So kind of important. A lot of cool stuff in there. I need to figure out a way to get it out into the world, like my collection of VHS recordings. I would have said archive.org, but I don't know. They seem to be kind of in some trouble right now with, at least with the books side of things. I think the video side of things is fine for the moment, but I don't know. We'll figure something out. There might be some other like repository or something. I don't want to just toss it up in a torrent because I don't want to sit there and seed torrents forever waiting for them to disseminate out into the world. I just want to put them up in an archive like archive.org, and then people can just pick and choose what they want and what they would like. But I got some pretty cool stuff, like a lot of things, a lot of old episodes of TV shows and whatnot, a lot of which are not on home video and probably never will be. A lot of commercials. Some of you guys came to, I did a stream a while back where I was going through some of my commercial captures and trying to get them organized. Yeah, I've got way more than what we it was just the tip of the iceberg, that stream. So, yeah. Carlatin says, yeah, a lot of stuff like that. You'd be surprised how anal book copywriting has been lately. Well, not that surprised. Remember when I read like a little bit, like a couple pages from the first chapter of Neuromancer? Yeah, well, the YouTube algorithm, I guess, was listening and interpreting my words and determined that I violated copyright and blocked my video worldwide. So, like, great. That's why I was literally making a sales pitch for the fucking book and trying to get people to buy it. Like... by just giving them a page and a half just to say, hey, listen to how good this writing is. You should buy this book. I was helping as a fan. Like, I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, I know. Crichton says, I guess they don't care unless it's a sponsor directly from them. Yeah, we don't need free advertising. Yeah, well, you're going to get it. I'm going to love your stuff whether you like it or not. Bastards. And greetings, Icarus. Peace, love, nostalgia. Icarus again. And Tony Orpiano over on the YouTube. And greetings to, who all is here? Carlatin and Hunter Bolding over on Twitch. Excellent. All right. Well, where be my box cutter? There it is. Let's switch over to the crummy mic. Yeah, I wonder if the new webcam is in there somewhere. Wouldn't that be nice? That's going to happen one of these days. It's coming. It's coming. All right. Oh, funny story. You see Eclipse. What? What the fuck? Why is it frozen? Hold on. I literally couldn't tell it was frozen. Hold on. There. Okay, signs of life. Anyway, you see Eclipse there. You see the vacuum there. So Eclipse jumped down from there earlier today and landed perfectly on the power button for the vacuum and started it up. Scared the shit out of herself, needless to say. But I went and I got her, and it's like, oh, were you going to do some vacuuming? We're going to help with the cleaning? That was pretty funny. Yeah, I'm just sitting here, and I mean, I'm so used to hearing the ka-thump when they jump down to the floor, the little plop sound they make. But this time it was ka-thump. Like, what the hell's going on? Alright, let's see what we got here. So first off, well, one I don't even need to unbox, but I can't show you the front because that's where they put the address label. But what this is the new capture card. Avra Media, live Live Gamer 4K 2.1. So what it is, it's an internal capture card for the PC. This bad boy captures 4K 60 frames per second. So, booyah! We can't stream in 4K yet, but when we can, we'll be ready. At the very least, I could do local recordings, I guess. Okay, kitties, you're very underfoot here. Alright. Well, we'll start with the bubble envelopes here, see what we got. I think a lot of Blu-rays came in this one, so all you movie fans and physical media collectors out there, we are in for a treat. What do we got here? Oh, hey! Yes, finally! My very first Blu-ray from this franchise. We have the Death Note double feature. So this is the two live-action movies. Well, the first two live-action movies based on the manga and anime. Very cool. These ones are apparently actually good, unlike the Netflix ones. So, yay. Alright, what else we got here? There's 4 movies, in case you're wondering. Only 3 of which are available on Blu-ray here. Oh, what's this? Something... Oh. Silkland. Oh, is this cables? I think I know what this is. Oh, nice. It's actually... This is a way nicer cable than I was expecting. It's actually like, that fabric cable. But what this is a DisplayPort cable for the PSVR to PC adapter. This is actually ready for 8K and 16K. Apparently it's ridiculously high speed. But I figured future-proof, right? Yes? What?
I want to see what it is.
Okay, well I got a cable. I'm just going to put that over there. And I got the first 2 Death Note movies, live action movies. Okay. Cats are very in my face. Let's see what this one is. Feels like another Blu-ray case. We have... Hey! Predator! This is actually the 4K collection. It has the first 4 movies. Everything prior to Prey. So, there we go. So this is the much superior 4K version of Predator. This is the first time I've ever bought Predator in high def. As you guys know, I hated all of the Blu-rays they put out for various reasons. But this fixes everything. I don't know how the transfer is on Predator 2. I'm hoping it is also good. But this is mainly for Predator 1 and just to do the upgrade on the others as well. So, very cool. I figured, why just get the first one if they have them all, right? Just get them all done in one fell swoop. So it's kind of like the Predator version of the Alien anthology set. And here we have, yes. I've had the first 2 for ages, so I wanted to get Howling 3, The Marsupials. This is from Scream Factory. So they put out the first 3. Numbers 4 through 7 are really freaking hard to find, and most of them, I think all of them actually only have DVD releases at this point. So kind of holding off on those a little bit. There is a new one, though, called Howling Reborn, which just came out a little more recently. Alright, so let's go through some of these smaller boxes here. So it has some heft to it. We'll see how that goes. Hello. Ooh. What do we have here? Oh, a big box set of something. Oh, yeah, baby. Now, you guys may recall I used to have this on Blu-ray many moons ago and sold it like an idiot, but that's okay because the universe has a way of balancing things out. This is a region-free set from Imprint of The Prisoner, the complete series. And this is absolutely loaded with stuff. This is the most deluxe edition we've ever had of this show. So, yeah, thrilled to have it back in the collection. Not going to go and sell it this time. Yeah.
Am I allowed to open a tiny box?
Fine.
This one's the smallest, I think.
Sure. Just make sure they can't see the address on camera. Well, you want to open it from the top, but there you go. Alright, Rose is going to open one.
Oh, there's a bunch of stuff in here.
Okay.
So we got Scanner Cop.
Oh, Scanner Cop, yeah. This is basically Scanners 4. And I found out it just recently came out in 4K. So I wanted to get that to complete my Scanners collection.
And we got Scanners 2.
And Scanner Cop 2. I'm not sure if I've seen these. I think I might have seen the first one. That's great. And these are both from Vinegar Syndrome. So you know you're going to have nice transfers on these.
And we got Cushing Curiosities.
Excellent. So this is kind of, we have the two Christopher Lee sets from Severin Films. This is the Peter Cushing set. This came out last year. And there's 6 movies on there. And again, just butt tons of extras. I'm not going to open these up here and now. I'm going to open them up like all these box sets. We're going to do like unboxings and closer looks to all of them, and that'll be part of the Halloween stuff. So that's been planned for a while.
Sure.
Yes, he's a kitty in a box. Thank you. Yes.
I want to see the things.
Alright.
Whoa.
Oh, we have a box of box sets. So let's see what all we got here. We have, oh, this one's really cool. We have, what's it called? Enter the Video Store, Empire of Screams from Arrow Video. And these are basically ones that were kind of direct to VHS hits. A couple you might know. We have the Dungeon Master, which I have the Scream Factory release of. But this has all 3 cuts of the film on it, which is awesome. And we got Robot Jocks, which of course Rosie and I watched a while back. We also have, from the same director, this is all, what is it, Brian?
Cranston?
No. Don't even attempt to answer those questions. You don't have the cultural reference yet. Charles Band. I wasn't even close. We also have Arena, Cellar Dweller, and Dolls. Those 3 I have not seen yet, so really looking forward to this. This is a really nice set. And then we have another one from Severin. Oh, this one I've been looking forward to checking out. Danza Macabra. So this is a collection of Italian Gothic films, like Gothic horror films from, I guess, the 60s and 70s. Yeah, very cool. I love Gothic horror, as you guys know, and I've been really wanting to explore some of this stuff. And yeah, so this is a gorgeous. I mean, just look at how nice the packaging is on these sets. They're just beautiful. So this one has 4 films. We've got The Monster of the Opera, The Seventh Grave, Scream of the Demon Lover. Oh, hey, and Lady Frankenstein. I don't know that Lady Frankenstein's ever had a Blu-ray before. Very cool. All films are fully restored from their original negatives with 12 plus collective hours of special features. Wow, this is going to be a blast to go through. And then, let's see, we have, another Gothic horror, even though it looks like a giallo. I think it kind of crosses over a little bit. We have The Night Evelyn Came Out of Her Grave. This one's a classic that I've heard of but never seen. Again, this is a genre I've been wanting to explore more deeply for a long time, so this is going to be a lot of fun. And what else do we have? Oh, Deja Vu. We knew this was going to happen a few times. It's Cushing Curiosities. Yeah, that's great. Good old Cushing Curiosities. Just so you know I'm not faking that. There you go. I already have a new home in mind for this duplicate, so yeah, waste not, want not. But yeah, pretty cool. Oh, and if you want to know what movies are on the Cushing set, I should tell you what movies are in these sets. We have Tender Dracula, which I think is kind of a racy comedy that he did. Bloodsuckers, one of the Sherlock Holmes films he did. Oh no, it's Sherlock Holmes TV series that he did. I didn't realize the only 6 surviving episodes from the 1968 series. Very cool. And then it has The Man Who Finally Died. Like, God, what was taking him so long? Suspect, and oh my God, Cone of Silence. So is that like the Get Smart movie? Very cool. So absolutely overloaded with extras, as you come to expect from those sets. Put these over here as well. That is some beautiful box sets. I'm going to move this as well. Let's put it over here. Kind of have a stack of equipment stuff over there. Okay, sweetie, you need to get out of the way. Alright, thank you. Oh. Whew, a little bit more in this one, feels like. I've been dying to open these up. They arrived. So I was saying I didn't get a lot of sleep, and I kept getting woken up by packages arriving every time I start to doze off. It was like, I guess sleep isn't happening. So I just got up, made some coffee, and that was that. I did get some sleep. I didn't get like no sleep at all, but I wanted more. All right, let's see. Where are we going here? We have. Where do we want to go in? Oh, yes. Sonic X, which you may recall Frank sent me. Why did I buy it again? Because the first disc wouldn't play. Yeah, I did contact Discotech, but being Canadian scum, they just wouldn't give me the time of day as far as getting a disc replacement. So, yeah, well, thanks for... hope you enjoyed double the money there for no reason at all, Discotech. Anyway, oh my God, cats, you need to stay off, please. Alright, what else we got here? There's sort of a specific order we want to go in, I think. Yes. So first off, finally, Star Trek, the original crew collection. In 4K and Blu-ray. It has both. Like, what a waste of packaging, right? But anyway, if you're curious, you want to upgrade but haven't taken the plunge to 4K yet, here's a good set to get. This is all the new transfers, all 6 movies. Even the Blu-rays have the new transfers. So this is the set to get right here. So happy to finally have decent high-def versions of these. I've been wanting to rewatch these for ages, honestly, but I just can't bring myself to watch my old crummy DVDs, knowing that, you know, the potential for better is out there. And then the other original crew, we upgraded the Kelvinverse collection. So we got the whole 4K set of the Star Trek trilogy, the Kelvin timeline. Maybe I'll finally finish watching Beyond. And then, I don't know if you guys have heard of this show. It's pretty obscure. We got the complete series of Star Trek The Next Generation in 2 giant keep cases. Yes, and specifically I wanted the US... What are you two doing? Okay, you off the lights. Oh my fucking God. Cats, you need to chill the fuck out. Seriously. Okay, and Eclipse, off you go. Come on. If you're gonna be a content creator, don't get cats. So yeah, anyway, all 178 episodes, and specifically I got the US version because it doesn't have French plastered all over the packaging. So yeah, this was one of the orders that the bank was freaking out about. It's like, oh, what are all these orders coming from? Big expensive orders coming from Amazon US. It's like, it's me. I'm geeking out with a bunch of Star Trek. Do you mind? You let me enjoy. And then, of course, we got to get the sequel. We got Picard, the complete series of Picard. I checked, there's no 4K, only Blu-ray. But there we go. Very nice. I think Strange New Worlds is the first of the shows to get Blu-ray, or 4K, actually. So, get off the table. Holy shit, like, just jumped right into my hand. Literally none of this is for you guys, so just stay off the table, please. These cats are just all hyper because, oh, new things, stuff and things. Oh my god, things and stuff and things and blah 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 blah. Got the two big ones now. Alright. See what we got here. Just check the comments, actually. What do we got? What's going on here? So, what was this? A lot of stuff. Oh, yeah, straight out of Tom and Jerry. Yes. About time you got that, says Colatin, in regards to something. Graphics card and PSVR adapter. Fuck yeah. Step in the right direction. What the fuck happened? We froze for a second. Vinegar Syndrome does the best work. Love them. Hunter says, yeah, Enter the Video Store is great. He knows that one. Latin says, Jesus, cats. Sweet. Specifically for box art looks great. One to keep, one to sleep with. Oh, Cushing set, yeah. Cotton not been here. As mentioned, if he got things sorted from yesterday with the bank. Oh, yes, I did. So new computers are finally on their way. They haven't shipped yet, but the order's all good. It would have declined by now. Okay. Alright. Let's see what's in this one. It's like Christmas all over again, man. And like I said, it's going to be like this every day, pretty much, for the next little while. So enjoy the avalanche of package openings. What are you doing? Now you're on the counter. Like, what the hell, cats? Just go find something else to do, seriously. Go wrestle or go look out the window at the sunset or something. Oh. Well, this is interesting. So we have a little box here. And then... Oh. Oh. I don't know what this is. This is a kit. Do not break. Okay, I will not break it. We need to see what it is. Can I break the label that says do not break? I think I can do that. I don't know what this one is. Oh. What's this? Okay, so we have a USB 2.0 card reader? Oh, it is. Yeah, I don't know if you can see. It's actually a card reader. You like slide the card in and just plug it into a USB port. Well, that's kind of handy. And we got, this looks like lens cleaning wipes. Mm-hmm. Oh. This is a very classy looking box. And it looks like what is in it is the new camera. Look at that. The Canon EOS R5. This is like their top of the line model. I just went for broke with this thing. It's kind of ridiculous, actually. 4K 60 frames per second. It can also film 8K at 30 frames per second. And being Canon, I think I know what this is now. Being Canon, let's see here. I'm not even sure which one this is. So being a proper camera, you have to get the lenses and everything separately. So I have 3 lenses coming. Oh, this is nice. Oh. Okay, why are there lenses on both sides? I don't know, I'm going to have to figure this out. Double lens action. How does this fit? There. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay. This is like high-end shit. Look at this, like, zoom. That is crazy. Alright, we're going to have fun playing with this. Anyway, we're going to put this back in its little box here. And we're going to have to figure out how Canon lens Lego works. I think it's fairly straightforward, but that is amazing. Fabulous. I didn't expect the lens to come with it, but it's alright. Because I ordered the lenses separately, because the way they sell the camera is just the body only, and you buy lenses separately based on what your needs are. That's the way the pros do it. They don't get them as a kit. They don't get everything all together. No. You pick and choose what you want, and you assemble a camera, you know. That's how it works. So here, oh, what do we got here? Oh, more toys. Okay, well, first off, we have another lens. This one is a macro lens for getting super, super close to stuff. Very cool. And this one we actually got with the proper, you know, the Canon branding and everything, which is great. And let's see what else we got here. Hey, my gaming mouse arrived. We got the Razer Mamba Elite gaming mouse. Check that bad boy out. Very nice. I wanted one that was slightly illuminated because it's handy. What are you doing? Well, and for the camera, a pair of 1 terabyte SanDisk SD cards. So, here we go. Oh, what's Curlatin laughing about? Oh, hey. K-Hour4 says, nice lens. I have a Canon EOS M50. Okay, it's a nice one. I got a bundle. EOS M50, also cool. New angle, thank you. Well, yeah, I figured it's, you know, good for showing what we're doing over there. And, yeah. I did not move. So I see her also on YouTube as Horizons. I did not move, but yeah. Oh, one goes on. Oh, the two lenses. One goes on the side of the camera. Yeah, I'll figure all that out later. No big deal. Let's see. We got something else here. Oh, yes. You remember we got those mount bar things? This is the flex arm that goes on it. One for the key light, one for the camera. So we got two of those. Very cool. And then we got... This will be helpful, or essential actually, for capturing all of the aforementioned analog video stuff. We have the StarTech Firewire adapter. So this will allow me to hook up my camcorder to the computer again and get some capturing going. So that's going to be great. And then last but not least, this is the only Babylon 5 that I didn't have in my collection for a long time. The Lost Tales. I checked, there's no Blu-ray. It's only ever been put out on DVD, so kind of annoying. But, yeah, anyway, this was kind of a, you know, a trio, I think, 3 side stories that take place at various points in the continuity, featuring several of the original cast. I've never seen this, so that'll be cool. And then, yes, let's just drop all the expensive things on the floor. Perfect. And then, last but most definitely not least, we knew when we saw this show up on Hulu, it was only a matter of time before we had a Blu-ray set in our hands. One of the greatest sci-fi shows ever made, now in high def, Babylon 5, the complete series. Hell yeah. Been watching the streaming version of this, and that looks really good. I can only imagine how good the Blu-rays are going to look. So, great stuff. Very happy to have this. Back in 4x3, the way it should be, which is great. Whoa. So that's awesome. That is awesome. Excuse me. Excuse me. We'll have our little sci-fi section here. But, yeah, so quite a stack of stuff. Quite a stack of stuff. And there's more coming. So let's bring you guys over here a bit. Yeah, they definitely are Platypus. Platypus says these all seem like massive upgrades. Oh, they really are. They absolutely are. I did not hold back. I've been telling you guys for months. Nobody ever believes me. But here we are. It's happening. It's happening. Holy shit. This is quite the manual. You know you got something serious when they actually give you a proper manual. Although, yeah, actually the manual is only 12 pages. The rest is every other language under the sun, apparently. So, cool. Let's see what we got here. Alright, so first things first, we probably want to fire up the charger and get the battery charging, because I don't think this one plugs in. I think it only runs off battery, so here's our battery. I did buy a second one of these as well, because you can never have too much power at your disposal. Just unhook. Yeah, there we go. Very nice, very efficient little battery pack. We'll slide that on there, and we'll find somewhere to plug it in. I can probably put it... Actually, we do have the charging docks for the controllers. I can just kind of put it there, I think. We'll just, yeah, we'll find a little spot for it. Just want to get that charging. Well, I guess no more excuses. We got the camera. We're going to have to start doing some filming soon, eh? Okay. There we go. So, a little annoying, it only holds one battery, but that's okay. I can be charging one while I'm using the other, just like what we do with the PlayStation, you know? Okay. There we go. What is blinking? Hold on. Get this out of the way a little bit. There you go. Hold on. There. I wasn't happy with how it was seated in there, so. You see the light blinking? I don't know if you can see it. The little light is blinking. You see? There we go. Alright. So we'll just let that charge up for a while. Cats are going nuts. And I can't fathom why they would be going nuts. It's not like there's a jungle gym of boxes here or anything. Okay. So what's this? This is, looks like a USB cable. Okay. And camera strap. And here it is. It needs to have a lens put on it. There's no actual lens on it, but yeah. So this is how they come, basically without a lens, and then you put one on there. Oh, that's really nice. So yeah, gonna have to spend a little bit of time just kind of learning the ropes with this. Well, it's got like a nice, satisfying rubber grip, and then. How do we... Okay, like that. Oh! Oh, isn't that neat? So you just slide it over. And it just pops open. Look at that. So, yeah, 2 memory card slots. Well, the other one looks too big for the memory card I got. Well, I don't know. We'll figure that out. And then the other thing I like, and one of the things that really annoyed me about filming with the phone, was we have this screen, and I believe, yeah, and it flips out, flips around. That is like really, you can feel like how precise the engineering is on this. It's kind of ridiculous. Like this feels like, I don't know if it feels like it cost what it cost, but it definitely has some heft to it and feels like a proper device, you know. Oh my god, there's a little analog joystick here, I guess for navigating menus and stuff. We got the shoe on top. I'm guessing I'm going to need sound, so I think we'll transfer the microphone from the other camera. Church, get out of there! Hey, hey, hey! Psst, psst. Get the fuck away from the wires. I swear to God. No reason to be in there. Yeah, so anyway, gonna have to spend some time with this and figure it out. But you can get an idea. So this takes like ridiculously high-res stills. Does 1080p 60 frames per second, 4K 60 frames per second, 8K 30 frames per second. You could literally make a movie with this easily. And I might do that, actually, because I've always wanted to make a movie. I think it would be fun. So, that be that. how does this go back in here? Like this? Yeah, there we go. And then we'll just kind of put the other stuff back in there for now. I think this how it goes. Yeah. Like that, and like that. And that's that. Yeah, so I'll fiddle around with that later, but holy moly, man. So what's this one? Oh yeah, this is the macro lens. So we got the macro lens and the sort of all-purpose lens. There's one other coming. I forget what that one is. But yeah, so let's pop this one open. The new mouse. So we got a Razer mouse and SteelSeries mechanical keyboard. Oh, I should mention this camera is one of the new mirrorless ones as well. Seems to be all the rage these days. So yeah, cool. I don't really get what all that means. Does it look purty? Alright, that's all I need to know. Just want to make purty pictures. Wow, how classy. They have a little ribbon you pull there to get it out. Oh, and then another flap. It's all modular. Oh, look at this thing. I feel like it's like Darth Vader's mask or something. Little manual. Very cool. So how do we disconnect? Oh, like this kind of? No. Whoa. That's not what I meant to do. Okay, there we go. Alright. Very nice. Scroll wheel. Is this vents in the front? It has vents for all your hand sweat. I'm pretty sure some of these buttons are programmable. Yeah, it's not like one of those crazy ones with a million buttons on it. I didn't need anything like that. Just something basic and functional. This is pretty similar to the one that I currently have. The difference is this one's good. The one that I currently have is like one of those like cheap Best Buy knockoffs that kind of looks like the good ones, but it's like a fifth of the cost. So, yeah, this is probably the most I've ever spent on a mouse. And again, you get that fiber cord. Great for when you have cats. They have extreme difficulty chewing through that shit. And I'm quite happy with that. So that is really neat. We're really, really coming together here. Come together right now over me. Oh, that's it. I got flags. It was too close to the original. Cool. Well, this will all be broken down for the recycle. But 5G and it's wired. What? I don't know why I'm bothering to stick the ribbon through, just because I want to. And we hold the ribbon and put the flaps in. And there we go. Look at that. Oh, I missed that one. There we go. Okay. Beautiful. So now you can hang it on your tree like a Christmas present, if you want to. Or a Halloween present if you have a Halloween tree, of course. Oh. Oops. I left this out. But this can be the cat shield. Yeah, you'll never get it now, cats. Indestructible. Great, now I got come together stuck in my head. Come together. Oh yeah, the manual. Alright. Well, actually, I'll bring this over to the computer. Yeah, I can bring you guys down a little bit. Ooh, getting closer to the action. Alright, so I'm just going to swap the mouse over. So you can see here, like this is the new one, right? And then this is the Lexma that I've been using forever, which looks kind of like one of these, but it really is not as good. I'm still going to use this. I only got the one gaming mouse, and it's specifically going to be for the gaming computer. Come on. But that's fine. And then I've got another just basic mouse that came with my basic keyboard that I'm going to use with the capture computer. So the mouse, the good mouse, oh, look at that. Like, nice. Even the rubber thingy is good. So the one good mouse is going to be used with the gaming computer. I know you guys love this bit. Oh yeah, that's good. All right. Get off it. Just keep trying to grab cords all over the place. Oh, got to take the end off. First time I ever saw these was with HDMI cables. These little connector covers. Now, which way are we going? This way? Oh, look at that. It just like springs to life. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, see, that's what I wanted. Nice and glowy. Just with the, like the new keyboard is nice and glowy. Right? Very nice. I'm loving that keyboard, by the way. So sexy. Oh. It just automatically started setting up. Okay, what do we got to do here? I figured it's a mouse. How much setup can there be? Oh. Yes. Razor Synapse. Select the software to install. Oh. Wow, there's like an app to what? Control the LEDs? Right, it's slowly turning blue. Can you see that? And now it's purple. Maybe it's just cycling. It's probably just cycling. I don't know what all this is. Oh, did I just bump up the DPI to like ridiculous level? Yeah, I think I did. Hold on. Oh yeah. Okay. There we are. I got it. Yeah, maybe we'll go with that one. Yeah. What's this? Optimize your system's full potential. No. No. Virtual ring light. Oh, you can turn your monitor into a virtual ring light. That's kind of neat. Yeah, you know, I might grab that. That could be useful. Streamer Companion app. Take your stream to the next level. Customizable lighting on your Siren emote, Kraken Kitty, and compatible chroma gear that reacts to your stream's activity. That sounds cool. We might look into that. THX Spatial Audio. Fuck, just install all of this shit. I don't care. It's fine. We're going to be reinstalling everything anyway once the new system comes in. Okay, cool. Install it all. Yeah, I might as well. I mean, they're the size of the apps is like in megabytes. They're not exactly massive. So cool. Peel porn, yeah. The cats will be your ultimate test with all these gadgets. Glenn says you could, honestly. Oh, make a movie with that camera? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I might do that. I mean, at the very least, I'd like to do some more sort of short little things for YouTube like I used to do. Those were fun. Cats are going to be bouncing off the walls tonight. They're like so just overexcited from all the boxes and activity and new things. They have no idea what's going on. They're so confused. Why is this taking so long to install? But this mouse, despite appearances, even though it may not look like much at first glance, this is actually one step shy of a pro gamer mouse. So I was looking at the next level up, which I think was, it wasn't the Mamba, it was I can't remember. But anyway, there's another level or two above that. It was just too expensive. I'm like, it's a mouse. And how much am I going to be playing, like, competitive PC games anyway? No, I mean, most of the PC games I'm going to be playing will be, like, survival horror and RPGs. So I don't exactly need pinpoint accuracy for that. So I'm like, yeah, this will be fine. This is fine. We're all fine here now. I got the mechanical keyboard. That's as pro gamer as I'm going. I'm good. But yeah, the other thing is, like, in terms of timing, I wanted to get I was hoping the camera would come first, and I kind of timed it that way intentionally. That was the first of the big items I got. Actually, no, the VR was the first of the big items. The camera was the second of the big items. I wanted to make sure I had the camera fairly early on in the arrival of things so that we could start filming and have a bunch of stuff filmed. I really want to get this frickin' stack of updates that's just encroaching on all my desk space done. What's that? A couple books. Yeah, I want to get this done and clear this off. I'm also in the process of so I can get rid of the old physical drives as well. They're just taking up space. And yeah. What's this? Tina Dan says, I have to ask, what's that very phallic looking yellow thing? What? Where? Okay, I have to see what you're seeing here. Just give me a second here. The mouse wants me to do things. Wow, look at that hair today. Holy shit, I'm rocking the wave. No, I don't even care. Like, seriously, I don't need a tour of the mouse. Yeah, you know, I'm good. You can fuck off now. Just get out of my face. So what is this yellow dildo you're seeing? Are you talking about this? This thing? Is it this? I'll assume it's this. What is what this is? These are joints. This is smokables. Funny you ask that, platypus. Why, yes, I do still buy physical games. Just picked this up the same day as the VR helmet. And actually, yeah, and Rose picked up this one, the new Avatar game. So, yeah, very cool. So now I truly have all the original Crew movies, because I've also got this. Picked this up a little while ago, as most of you guys know. So we're going to have like a Mondo Star Trek update video coming up. It's pretty sweet. Yeah, as a platypus says, a lot of these gaming mice have their own software these days. Yeah. Oh no, what happened? Hey, remote tripod, how's it going? Says, hey, Zarnazik, bad news. I got doxxed. Uh-oh. I've had that happen. That is not fun when that happens. People need to just chill the fuck out, seriously, and, like, not bother you in your home. Like, keep your internet beefs on the internet, right? So, what is it? And then Remote Tripod says, now if Andy Kishore is here, I will tell him that Larry the Batman fan got attacked. Oh, shit. That's kind of... I don't know who that is, but that's, again, I'm guessing a case of people taking internet life into real life in extreme and, quite frankly, unacceptable ways. That's unfortunate to hear. Yeah, that Sonic collection is great, Platypus. It's got, I mean, I'm sure you know what's in it. It's got all the original games up to Sonic and Knuckles. And it's got, it didn't have Sonic Spinball or Mean Bean Machine, though. That kind of made me sad. But then with the digital code, you get like 12 Game Gear games. So you get the Game Gear version of Sonic Spinball and the Game Gear version of Mean Bean Machine, but not the Genesis version? Like, come on. Those two are awesome. They're so much fun. So, anyway, I don't know. And yes, I totally agree with that. He says I was a little annoyed that the Game Gear games are a voucher and not on the disc. Yeah, it's not like they take up a ton of space. There was literally zero reason for them to not be on the disc, other than there is apparently a non-plus edition. This is the Sonic Origins Plus, which includes it. There's a non-plus edition that's just Sonic Origins with the core games. And then if you want the Game Gear games, it's like a DLC for $5 or something. But I mean, why even bother? Why have two versions at all? Why not just have the Sonic Origins Plus collection with everything on the disc and call it a day? I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. Well, on the plus side, I do have the old Sonic collection from the PlayStation 2, which does have all the Game Gear games on the disc. So, you know, at least I have them in physical form in some way, you know. So, underneath the monitor that's not on. Oh! You're talking about this. The banana. This is a stress toy, like a stress squeeze thing. It's very satisfying, actually. Of course, if I'm high enough, I'll see this out of the corner of my eye and think, oh shit, there's a rotting banana on my counter. But no. I love how it's like a half-eaten banana, so it just like messes with you. But this was a gift from Rose a while back, so yeah. Everyone should have a stress banana. You can get other stress bananas that are not partly eaten. They come in a variety of forms, but this one just seemed the most interesting because it's got like the tactile stuff. You can like have the skin flapping around and stuff, and you can like, ooh, squishy, squishy. It's very satisfying and has a variety of textures on it. So for ADHD fidgeting, oh, and like under there, it's all bumpy and oh yeah, it's nice. So for ADHD fidgeting, it's actually fun little thing. And also just does a stress thing. Yes, I have that one too. I basically bought them on every platform since the PS2. Like, I just can't not buy the Genesis collections. Platypus says the Genesis collection was on PS3 and 360 is awesome. Yes, it was. It was very, very, a lot of games on there that we hadn't had before. And stuff like that. So, very good. But you know what the all-time best one is? Is the one that's on Steam. And the reason for that is because of all the community mods and full game, you know, rebuilds and stuff like that, where they actually have a lot of other games that haven't been ported over. So, so you get a pretty darn close to definitive Genesis library on that one, which is pretty cool. Speaking of which, I really want to play. I gotta play Shakon one of these days. Shakon the Forever Man. And I would love to once and for all finish Kid Chameleon. That game is hard as balls, but it's so much fun. So, yeah. Crud said, you should finish that. Don't want to slip on one. I know, right? So, yeah. Now I just want to sit down and watch all of the Blu-rays that came in today. All of them. Oh, hey, actually, remote tripod. I don't know if you were here earlier, but I'll show you something. I know you'll appreciate this. We've been getting all the fixed on 4K releases. Well, check it out. Finally got Predator in high def. Yeah, so I got the 4K collection that actually has the first 4 movies. I haven't heard anything about the transfers of the other 3. I'm assuming at least the last 2 are good because they're recent, but if Predator 2 got anything like the treatment that the first one did, my hope is it also looks good. But, yeah, so basically it's like the Predator version of the Alien anthology. It was pretty cool. So, nice. The Predator. What am I going to do with the second box set? Oh, the Cushing one? I already have plans for it. It will be a gift for someone who expressed interest in it. No. Unintentionally getting some Christmas shopping done in the process. Ooh, this new mouse actually has a pretty nice feel to it. I do like them to be a little bigger, just to kind of, I like to feel some chonkiness in my hand and have a little more weight to them. But, really no complaints. Their responsiveness is great. It's really nice, and that's all that really matters. Nice. Yeah, I'm really freaking tired tonight, so I don't know if we're going to do VR tonight, but I did not get a lot of sleep last night. And what I did get was very restless. So I'm kind of thinking we might just cut this one a little short today. The main goal was I want to do the big epic package opening for you guys, which I hope a good time was had by all. I know I'm pretty excited to dive into some of the sets, like, man. But at the same time, I kind of want to do like unboxings / closer looks, so I'm probably not going to open them up right away. Yeah, showing some self-control here. I'll open like the individual ones, and Predator, I don't need to do like a freaking big elaborate closer look at this. I can open this up, but I thought yeah, so I might just call it there, and then we'll make some late dinner and then go to bed, and hopefully the cats will chill the fuck out at some point too. They're being very like antsy. And we got to work on getting some of this recycle out. As much as the cats love it, it's starting to pile up a bit. Yeah. I'd also like to start messing around with the camera, speaking of which, and stuff like that. I want to end early to watch them. Well, no, I want to end early to eat food. And actually, what I am watching right now is I'm still watching the good old Incredible Hulk. Hey, way better lighting from this angle. Should have done this before. So, currently partway into Season 2, and enjoying it quite a bit. Yeah, I'm just finishing up the last episode on Disc 2. Back in the good old days when seasons had a decent number of episodes, right? That would be like 3 seasons today. 22 episodes, you know? Crazy, man. Crazy. You want to see what? Right. No, I don't want to be like fumbling with the camera with everybody watching. That would be too much pressure. And then suddenly everyone's a camera expert and is going to be giving me all their suggestions. I don't want to deal with that. I do not want to deal with that. I just want to figure it out on my own, just relax, enjoy, smoke a doobie, have a good time, and get ready to make some art. So, you will see when I have it figured out. Plus, there's still one lens I'm waiting for, which I'm not sure what the which one it is. I think it's the biggest of the three, so it might be like low level telephoto, like a zoom lens, and yeah, that's why we time people out. You're giving too much sage advice. Stop it. Stop it. So yes, I'm going to go and watch every single one of those new Blu-rays. All of them tonight, simultaneously. Yeah. Well, yeah, totally. Jonker says, I can't even recall the last time someone got timed out or banned. Good, to be honest. Well, yeah, it means you're all well-behaved motherfuckers, so thank you. Yeah, the only ones that get banned will occasionally get one of those, like, free viewers at this totally not malware link. Like, obviously, we ban those immediately. But in terms of, like, actual trolls coming in and trying to stir shit up, or people just, breaking the rules, basically, with of etiquette, um, yeah, we haven't really had any issues there in a really long time, which is great. It's great. It is possible to watch them all, as time is a construct. Oh my god, Dan. I'm almost like gonna start timing you out for that. uh Hunter says, get free viewers by watching Zaren Isaac. That's right. You'll just get more viewers by osmosis. And Clinton says, I did time someone out a few months ago. Well, good. I'm sure they deserved it. Those bastards. Blacklist the term construct next. I could. What? I did not dye my hair. This is my natural color. I'm old, dude. I will be dyeing my hair very soon because I was just waiting for the camera to arrive. But I'm going to wait a little bit longer until I familiarize myself with the features and do some test shots and stuff. But, yes. Dan, trust me, you want to stop right now. Just saying. It's only funny up to a point. Don't cross the funny line. What do I want to make tonight? Last night I just kind of fried up some pork. Yeah, actually, you know what? I think I'll just fry up some pork chops. And we still got some of the stir fry and rice left over from the dinner party like a week or so ago. So I should really finish up those leftovers. So I think that's what we'll do. Something simple. Something simple. I'm sure I will. Horizon says, I hope you like the Canon. I've had my EOS M50 for almost 3 years now. Yeah, no, my mom used to do a lot of photography, and she swore by Canon. Mainly for the reasons I've been describing, like just the options you have for lenses, and also compatibility of those lenses. So Canon makes it really easy to use pretty much any lens with any Canon lens with their cameras. Sometimes you might need like an adapter just to make it fit your particular model if it's not quite the same, but they provide all of that. so that you can use their full range of lenses from pretty much the entire history of Canon. Um, and that's one of the big selling points for them is like, yeah, the lenses and stuff are expensive, but you can use them forever, you know? So that's pretty cool. So that's something I've wanted to get into for a long time. Like, I've wanted to move towards a DSLR rather than just a camcorder, to have the still frame capability as well, or like the still photo capability, as well as just the higher end features. Which, you know, because you have a lot of the higher end camera features that you can also use for your video stuff, right? So, um, it's just that much closer to professional equipment. And I figure it's long past time we got into that area a little more properly. So, um, yeah, I look at how other YouTubers kind of film their stuff, like even just vlog type stuff, and they just look really good, like production value wise. Really nice picture quality, lots of detail, sharp color, well lit. Audio's good, like just really solid production value. And I just can't match that with the equipment that I have, because it's outdated. I mean, my camera I've had for 10 years, and it was already a few years old when I got it. I actually got it used, like the 1080p one. So I've been wanting to upgrade that to a DSLR of some kind for quite a while now. And looking at all the features and what was available, the R5 just seemed like the way to go, because it's just got it all, man. It's as top of the line as it gets right now. So that's kind of my thinking, was let's just go top of the line everything while we have the means to do so. And then we're good for a few years. We don't have to even look at upgrading for a few years, other than, you know, a little more memory, bigger hard drive, you know, just the basic shit. So so that's the kind of thing I wanted to do, you know. But yeah. Yeah, Carlatin says a lot of potential with this one. So, oh, that's fair enough, Dan. Yeah, he says I find it difficult finding the line with my Asperger's, so I really apologize, but I know it now. That's okay. Yeah, I totally get that, dude. I get it. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to imply that I was like seriously angry. It was more kind of jokingly angry, but at the same time, seriously warning you. There's some complex social cues for you. Enjoy. I don't actually expect you to enjoy that. That was sarcasm. So, yes, complex social cues peppered with sarcasm when you're telling me about the difficulties with Asperger's. Yeah, that's really good. That works really well. It's not really good. That was sarcasm too. But yeah, no, but seriously, I get it. Uh, Oh, there you go. Yeah, Horizon says I have Asperger's myself. Yeah, I'm somewhere on the spectrum. I don't know. I've never been diagnosed specifically, but I mean, anybody who's watched my videos for any length of time or come to my streams for any length of time, it's like, yeah, Z's definitely on the spectrum somewhere. What's funny is like now, because we're starting to recognize the behavior patterns and the symptoms and so forth, um, of autism and Asperger's. Uh, it's easier to spot. Like when you sort of become self aware of it, you kind of, at least I find, I catch myself when I'm doing something kind of, you know, spectrumy. um, and if I catch myself soon enough, I can dial it back and like just kind of, you know, take a second, process, and then carry on in a more, you know, I don't know, just a more calm direction. But but yeah, it's like it's just kind of recognizing what you got can, in and of itself, just be really helpful to understanding it, and you know, recognizing um different aspects of it. So yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Just another way that we're all different, and that makes us interesting. So So Dan says I'm like the stupid bloke that's prodding the bear. I thought for some reason I read that as prodding the toilet. I'm like, what? What do you expect the toilet to do? Uh, like the stupid bloke that's prodding the bear all the time. To my own detriment, I've become extremely good at masking. Yeah, oh, I know. I mean, it's a defense mechanism, and all of us need to do it to varying degrees. But yeah, I mean, I'm so good at masking. I essentially masked from myself for a very long time, and I didn't recognize. I just thought I was a little like I didn't understand why certain people wouldn't or they'd get mad if I did something. And I just think about like I'd be in a room of people and I would put on say some music and I would slowly turn the music up. And in my brain I'm thinking, "Oh, they're going to hear this music and it will resonate with them and they will think it is as awesome as I do." Yeah, it more often than not, it would just annoy the fuck out of them and they tell me to turn it off. Or I remember I had like exterminators over and I put some anime on to impress them. Like, no, Z's not on the spectrum at all. But like that's what I mean. Like when you start to recognize those things and think back to things you've done in the past and such, it all just makes so much more sense. It's still cringy as fuck, but it makes more sense. At least you understand what it is and why you're doing that. You know, it's just we're just wired different. You know, so what was it? uh, yeah, Horizon says college person didn't study it, but also classic audio TV nerd with stuff with studying like photography and stuff. I guess that's cool. And he says, "I knew you were autistic, just how you have a huge special interest in Doctor Who and you're aware of the wild things." Wow, see that's the thing. I feel like it's that scene in Kids in the Hall, Brain Candy, where the character of Danny is gay, but he hasn't come to terms with it yet. But literally everybody around him knows that he's gay, and they're just kind of waiting for him to realize it and come out. That's what I feel like it's like. Like everybody and their dog knew except me. So yeah, it's true. It's funny. And the kicker was, you want to see the exact moment it all clicked? I was like, oh my god, am I autistic? Like it was when we were doing the Christmas stream last year, and we were watching a Christmas video that I've never published on YouTube, but it was the first Christmas I'd spent away from home, and it was just me and Mindy. And just some of the things I say and some of the ways I'm talking about how I figured out what some of the packages or what the presents were, and it's my analytic. I'm like, oh my god, I am, aren't I? And everybody's like, well, yeah, we thought you knew. It's like, no. It just seems so obvious now. So, oh, you're studying computers. Okay. He says, lol, I kept talking about the Mitchells versus the Machines or Big Hero 6. Yeah, it's like everybody's got their own flavor, as they say, right? Um, I said, I'm a huge 21 Pilots fan. Computers and so yeah, well, I mean, for me, obviously, it's like media. It's not just Doctor Who. It's freaking media. Like I'm just a media junkie. Like I can't get enough of it. And like having and the problem is, you know how you'll have like a fixation. So like most people with autism that I know kind of have like one or two big things that they're really into and really like hyper focus on, and they'll have some other interests too, but there'll be like that few really big things. So for me, obviously, Doctor Who is a big one for sure. Horror as a genre is a big one, but I mean generally speaking it's just media. And when the interest is media, all of media, how do you even begin to enumerate that and like collect it with any kind of sanity? And well, I mean, the bottom line is you can't collect everything, but um, so I just kind of prioritize. I mean, there's certain things I lean towards more. Obviously, sci-fi. I love sci-fi stuff. love horror, and those are kind of the big two for me: is sci-fi and horror. I lump a lot of '80s cartoons in with that too, because a lot of '80s cartoons were sci-fi, you know. But also just generally '80s, cartoons, 70s through like early 2000s, I'd say, is kind of my main focus of interest for cartoons. I do like a lot of modern stuff though too, like a lot of the like adult cartoons on streaming services are really good. And see, look, right now I'm just going off, but we're straying from the main point. But yeah, so it's just kind of I manage it however I manage it. I figure as long as you're happy, as long as um, you're not hurting yourself or others, obviously, and that your basic needs are attended to, then go for it. Go for it. Ride those tism fueled interests and just ride them for all you're worth. And absolutely seek out communities of other people with like-minded interests, because you might find a lot of others, like how we've all found each other, so um yeah. So what is it, Horizon says, I love collecting films like animation and funny tech films. Oh, there you go. Which makes sense because you're studying computers, you're interested in computers and stuff like that. I've always been interested in computers too, but it's always been with an ulterior motive, and that was video production and music production, and video games, obviously. But aside from just loving games, in terms of my interest in computers, it was more about wanting to understand them so that I could upgrade and maintain them myself, and not have to take them into Geek Squad or whatever and pay out the ass for a basic upgrade or something. So, when I'm not accidentally dumping water into my motherboard, I'm actually pretty competent at fixing and maintaining my computers. The software side of it, like, I haven't had a virus in forever. I can't even remember, or malware even. Like, I'll go to, like, some sketchy sites, but in a safe way, because I know what to avoid and what not to click on, and I know when to close the browser and run a malware scan real quick before something gets entrenched in there. Yeah, I just know all that stuff, and that's from just years of experience. You just know after a while. Yeah, I'm sure you're much the same, or well on your way with your own computer studies. And but for me, it was always about using the computers as a tool for video and audio production. So I wanted to have something powerful that I could do a lot of editing and stuff on. So, and be able to fix it myself, because I don't want to be, if I'm in the middle of a creative, hyperfixation, I don't want to lose that momentum because I got to wait for my computer to come back from the shop. No, I want to just quickly fix whatever the problem is, get back up and running, and get back to work. You know, so. And what is it? And he says, my nostalgia era for me is 1995 to 2017, although I was born in 2001. That sounds about right. I think most people kind of have a nostalgia era like that. It's about, you know, it'll be about 20 years before the present. And it'll be like the era where they sort of had those formative years, like for me, it was like, I guess from about 8 through till early adulthood, like your early 20s, was when I really was discovering a lot of things, and in terms of like films and TV shows and genres that I found interesting, starting to collect comic books, and you just kind of go from there. And then it's just kind of what you experience and what resonated with you during those formative years that's really going to be like that core thing that you will always love no matter what. And yeah. Oh, yeah. Horizon says the only oof moment you made is putting the CPU on the wrong way. Well, there's been a few things like that over the years. I could make a list, but I don't want to right now. Maybe another time we'll go over all of Z's computer disasters. Hey, Vermin, late to the party as usual. I'm even starting later to try to be more accommodating to my UK viewers, but no, that's actually not the reason I'm starting later. I've just been starting later because I've been starting later. There's really no big reason. Um, Oh yeah, Kralatin said, I think Cass mentioned something like this a long time ago on one of SNI's when he mentioned how distracted you get with blinking lights. Something like that, yeah. Well, and what I just do, I just got like all this LED shit. Like, what are you talking about? I'm not crazy about blinking lights, you know. I'm just woo do 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 do. That's so freaking cool. I'll never get tired of that. Anyway, sorry, I was being distracted by blinking lights while denying that I get distracted by blinking lights. I regret nothing. Blinking lights are pretty, okay? I need to get more blinking lights for the Halloween area. Actually, now we've got kind of the collection side of it sorted out and the organization more or less under control. I might shuffle some things around a bit. I would like to get some blinking lights. And yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, one other thing I'm waiting for the camera, polarizing filter. I ordered a polarizing filter, which I noticed like with the previous camera, I would often have glare issues with the some of the Blu-ray covers and such. So the polarizing filter helps to reduce that. So yeah. And what is it? And getting caught up on the thing. Oh, fair enough. Well, yeah, I mean that's boy, where do I begin with that subject? Tina Dan says, yeah, because it's like my brain works. I'm at a funeral. These people are crying. I should be crying as well. Well, I mean, it's just simple logic, right? It's like, well, okay, this is, but you understand, like, yeah, I mean, it's a sad thing, and people get sad, but in the sense of loss and stuff like that. But um, it's hard to get to that point sometimes. Like, you ever have it where it's like you want to cry, you need to cry, but you just can't cry. Um, like when I was going through my just really deep, dark bouts of depression a few years ago, um, alcohol, as horrible as that is, alcohol actually helped because alcohol is a depressant. I desperately needed to cry just to get all that emotion out because it was just eating me alive. Um, so I just got shit faced drunk. Get shit faced drunk. Then I was able to get the emotions to the level where I was able to cry, you know, and it really helped. But all things in moderation. Like I was doing that for that specific purpose, trying to hit that threshold to release that emotion and get it out and begin the healing. Um, and it helped. And you know, when was the last time I had a drink? You know, for me, I mean, it's once in a blue moon, and I'm fortunate in that respect that I've been able to do that and like occasionally turn to perhaps not the healthiest choice, but for therapeutic purposes and get what I need out of it and then leave it behind, you know, and that's it. I've never in some respects I have an addictive personality, but I've never had a problem with alcohol for some reason. Even though I used to drink like a fish when I was in my 20s, but yeah. So for me, it's just medicine, really, when it's needed, and that's it. And I guess back in the day, they used to use it for medicine too. Funny enough, but yeah. But now you have cats to dump water on your mother. Yeah, no kidding. Or to start the vacuum spontaneously. Um, well, as it did not happen to Elton John and Freddie Mercury as well. Sadly, at the time, his choice. Freddie never came out publicly. Happened to Elton John and Freddie Mercury as well. Sadly, at the time, his choice. Yeah. To like, yeah, that they're on the spectrum. Possibly. I mean, they're both very quirky people to begin with, right? So it would not surprise me. In fact, it would not surprise me if a lot of artists are on the spectrum. Um, because that's their hyperfixation, I guess, is creating art, you know. And yeah, how's your back anyway? Just think about Roy Batty. Uh, how's your back doing, Vermin? Any improvement? Oh. Sorry. Dan says, no. Elton John and Freddie Mercury never came out as gay. Yeah, I mean, well, oh, I know Elton has since, obviously, but back in the day, yeah. And it's funny because it's kind of come and gone into the public consciousness, where there was a period throughout the 80s and 90s where it kind of got pulled back again. But during the 70s, a lot of people, and the 60s, people were very openly gay. And then and then it just kind of got pulled back again, and everybody went back into hiding, you know. The world just wasn't quite ready for it, I guess. But weren't quite there yet, and we're still working on that. But yeah, because I'm thinking like in terms of the 70s with like Network 54, which was the big celebrity club scene, and everybody was fucking everybody. So, um, yeah, interesting. Yeah, sadly, that was very common back in the day. He says Elton John even got married to disguise it. Yeah, it's like, what are you talking about? I'm not gay. I have a wife. Who I love very much, and we have the sex all of the time. I love putting my penis into her vagina. that's where it goes, right? Yeah, okay, yeah. Right into that vagina. Sometimes 10 times a day. Yeah. And it's unfortunate, and then it creates this stigma where people are like, "Oh, there was not this. Where did all these people with autism and all these gay people and trans people just suddenly appear out of nowhere?" It's like they didn't suddenly appear out of nowhere. They started to come out more publicly. They got sick of being persecuted and having to live their lives in hiding all the time, and decided, fuck it, we're coming out. We're here. We exist. Acknowledge us. Treat us with respect. All right, we're not going to pretend that we're something we're not for your convenience. Not compromising our lives for your convenience, So, and I think that's great. And that's what it is. And as far as autism and Asperger's, it's like, oh, where'd all these autistic people come from? Why is everybody autistic now? It's like, well, because we always were. I've talked about this before, how I went to a lot of psychologists as a kid because my parents couldn't figure out what the fuck was wrong with me. I was in the gifted class, or special. I got skipped ahead of grade, and then I got bullied relentlessly through school because I was a little bit of an oddball. Very socially awkward in my teen years, my formative years. But the thing was, they didn't know what it was. Like they couldn't, like, people thought of autism and just mentally being mentally challenged in general as being like the extreme cases where people just couldn't even function without help. Um, that's what that is, and that's it. That's the only kind there is. And it's like, no. And then they started to realize that no, actually, it's more of a spectrum. Like there's a variety of degrees that people can have that. But within that, it's also kind of like a pie chart. Like there's varying degrees of different aspects of it as well. So some people may be like, there's the fixations and interests being a big one. Some people are more inclined towards music fixation. Some are more inclined towards cartoons. Some are comic books. Some are Pokemon. Like some are Lord of the Rings or whatever. Everybody's different. and everybody's going to have varying degrees of how it impacts their ability to function in a neurotypical world. Um, yeah, so we're all different, and it's all different. So it really is a spectrum. So it's not that autistic people just appeared out of thin air one day. They were always here, but they were undiagnosed. See, I'm still undiagnosed. A lot of people are undiagnosed, but there's so much information out there now that you can basically figure it out for yourself just by, you know, understanding it. And there's a lot more understanding about it now than there was 40 years ago. So, yeah, they didn't appear out of thin air, folks. We've always been here. Just were horribly misunderstood. So, yeah, it says nope. It's clearly all the microplastics. Yeah, and the vaccines. Don't forget the vaccines. And the Earth is flat, and we didn't go to the moon. And Elon Musk is a genius. uh yeah. Tina Dan says yes. Vermin. Yeah. What is it? Says Vermin says I thought Freddie did come out as bi, but never openly gay. And then Dan says yes, you're correct. With bi, but not the public. He was very, very private. Yeah, that's true. Actually, he was kind of. He had a very larger than life public persona, but his private life was definitely more private. So Epstein was definitely on the spectrum. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure he was. Yeah, or not Epstein. Einstein. Epstein was on the bad part of the spectrum, and he totally killed himself. Elon equals penis, says Vermin. Yeah, but definitely Einstein. Yes, absolutely, without question. Well, see, again, a lot of the geniuses, artists, Van Gogh. Van Gogh was absolutely on the spectrum, and I think a little psychotic, just from some of the mental issues he had. Um, and by psychotic, I don't mean like psycho going off with a knife and killing somebody. No, psychosis is it's a mental condition. And like he heard voices and stuff, so that's a sign of psychosis. So there was some aspects of that he suffered from, but he put all of that into his art. Like in his case, he took his pain and he turned it into beauty. You know, which is in itself beautiful. That someone was able to do that and gave us just some of the most amazing artwork. But and then Einstein. I mean, Einstein was Einstein. He gave us a whole other way of thinking about science, and physics and stuff. So, vermin art. Oh God, Einstein never touched those atoms and molecules. Yeah, and there was dynamite in the towers. Yeah, exactly. Jonker says a lot of affliction terms for people on the spectrum didn't exist back in the early 2000s, 90s, and prior. Oh yeah, absolutely. Everyone was just the R word, or special, or that kind of weird kid. Yeah, there really wasn't. Mental health was a fucking joke back then. Like, how is it? Like, can you even imagine? They sent me to 3 psychologists. 3 psychologists for whom it is their job to diagnose mental disorders and afflictions and conditions. And none of them figured it out. Because the science just wasn't there yet. We hadn't reached it yet. So I have not seen Oppenheimer yet. But yeah, so he says it didn't exist back then. I've said this before, but again, it's true. It wasn't until the mid 2000s that people were starting to pay more attention and create ways to help people like us. It's very true. It's still very recent, and that's why a lot of these just dumbasses are saying that, well, it didn't exist before. It's like, no, the diagnoses didn't exist, but the condition absolutely did. Absolutely. Since the days of the caveman, it's never not been a part of humanity. We're just understanding that the way our minds work isn't as clear cut as it once seemed. And I mean, it's interesting. It's also really interesting. I find that kind of thing really interesting, like just how our minds work and how, and also like how we all kind of perceive things differently and such. Well, you talk about time being a construct, Dan. It's very much along those lines. Just generally, our perception is very subjective, and you throw you throw the tism into the mix, then it's even more subjective. But I find that really interesting. It's like there was a TikTok that went around recently from a girl who was on the spectrum, and she says, I'm just really kind of curious, what flavor of autism do you guys have? And so she had like a headlamp on, and she says, for me, I like to disassemble my electronics while I'm watching Lord of the Rings. I'm like, well, hey, that's pretty unique. And I thought about it, it's like I used to disassemble a lot of shit while I was watching TV too. Disassemble my pens all the time, especially the clicker pens. Oh, I love taking those things apart, putting them back together. It's amazing. You're misdiagnosed with ADHD. Yeah. Well, there's no question I have ADHD as well. We're just reading the symptoms is like a freaking checklist. I don't need to take a test. I just know, and anybody who knows me knows. But that's okay. Again, recognizing it and understanding it, I'm able to work with it rather than trying to cure it. I just kind of work around it. So as best as I can, which is why a lot of my, if you've wondered why a lot of my review series and whatnot just kind of got abandoned, it's because I got burned out on them. So they were the subject of a hyperfixation of productivity. I got as far as I could before I got burned out, and then I just didn't get back to it. And then when people ask me, when are you going to finish that review series? When are you going to finish it? When are you going to finish it? That triggers my ADHD as well, where it just irritates me and I don't want to have anything to do with it. So it's not the fault of the audience. I mean, let's look at it logically. What exactly am I getting angry about? That people liked the video series and would like to see more of it? Oh no, those assholes. But that's the cross wiring. Is I hear that and it fills me with rage. Like, oh fuck, don't tell me what to do. I'll do it when I damn well want to do it. Like, you telling me to do it makes me want to not do it. And that's the way it works. It's almost become a joke amongst all you viewers and my inner circle, is that, oh, you mentioned the review again. Now it's going to be at least another 6 months before he even considers doing it. But it's not that far from the truth. Like, that's just kind of, so again, becoming aware of that, and then you can kind of I don't know, plan around it as best as you can. So yeah, so that's why this Halloween I'm not like super planning it like I've tried to do so many years in the past and failed dismally at. I'm basically just doing it like I did the first few, just kind of casually. I'll do whatever springs to mind as we're going, and we'll see where the season takes us. And I think it'll be more relaxing for me because there'll be less pressure. It'll be more fun for you guys because potentially more content coming out, and yeah, we'll just have a good time with it. I don't have to stress about bills for the first Halloween in forever. We got lots of cool new stuff coming in to enjoy for the season, and lots of new toys to play with. We're definitely going to be playing some scary VR games. Oh yeah, definitely. What will be, will be. Exactly. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. That's all the words I know. Que sera, sera. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not a classic movie fan. What are you talking about? Yeah, I love classic movies. Hey, Tidbit Kid says with our medication and be set free while the institution thinks it's not worth the risk to the public. Oh, without medication. Yeah, yeah. And just kind of be left to roam and such. But yeah. Well, see that you're trying to reverse psychology, but see, ADHD people tend to be very observant and smart. So we recognize when you're trying to use those pop psych 101 tricks on us. So yeah. Yes, we will use electroshock therapy to solve you. Yeah. Vermin says, don't do any more Dead Space or don't read my comic ideas. Okay, cool. I will definitely get on not doing that. What was this? Yeah, Vermin says it's like the evolution of health and safety in cars. Years ago, it was safe to smoke a cigarette around petrol, dangling the ash off the end over an open tank. Mental health is similar. It's evolving slowly as we learn more about people. Yeah, absolutely. Dan says in the special school that I was in, they used to bribe you with £1 a week and then once a month a special trip. But one day, I just turned around to them and said, I'll be good. I'll be good if I want to be and bad if I want to be. And it was just like they didn't know what to do with me after that. Wait a minute. He has independent thought and free will. We don't know how to cope with this. And then he says they want to put me on a new type of Ritalin for my ADHD, and it gave me an out of body experience where I was looking down on myself. Wow, cool! You found like the astral projection drug. Maybe I got to get me some Ritalin. I've been trying to do that for years. But yeah, for me, it was honestly just weed. Weed seems to do the trick for me. It either just kind of stabilizes me like a horse, stabilizes me, or we just kind of get into that silly zone of happiness, and that's it. And then I crash after and have a good night's sleep. So yeah, they once. Oh, they once put you on that, not want to. We want to give you more out of body experiences. It just feels right somehow. That's right. And Tidbit says, I think some people focus on what they find Interest in, yeah. If I plunk down and watch or read whatever you gravitate to, you probably would be pretty pumped to share. True, true. And but see, then that gets into the social cues, right? Where you want to, you're all excited about this thing, and you want to share that joy, and maybe someone you know is also into that thing, and you can talk about it some more. Um, but it's the timing. Like the timing is almost always wrong, and that's the frustrating part. Is okay, when is the right time to bring up this subject and sort of drop it casually into the conversation? I've gotten much better with that over the years. I mean, I've never really had a problem with like just kind of the flow of conversation and the social things there. But I do like if it does turn towards one of my hyperfixations, then I just never fucking shut up about it. Like I remember some old videos of my friends and I drinking, yeah, aforementioned drinking nights when I was in my 20s. And you know what a big Dragon's Lair fan I am. Always been a huge Dragon's Lair fan ever since it came out in the arcades. Love Dragon's Lair. I don't know what it is about it. It's just something about it that's kind of magical to me, and I just love it. But at the time, CD-ROM was just starting to happen. This was the early '90s, so full motion video was a fairly new thing. And I was just like, oh my god, can you imagine if they did Dragon's Lair on CD-ROM? It would be just like the arcade. Like it would be amazing. and then I would just go on and on and on about it, and then I would start talking about Doctor Who. So it was always like every drinking night was just me going on about Doctor Who. And my friend, the friend I was drinking with, hated Doctor Who. Like he just did not have any interest. And I was trying to engage him in it for so long and share my love of it with him. Like I mean, it's so obvious looking back on it now. Like that is all the like hallmark behaviors in the extreme, and I just didn't even think of it at the time. Well, no, none of us did because as I said, we didn't know what it was. So, Tidbit Kid says the human brain is still the final frontier. Thankfully, still the final frontier. They can't duplicate it yet. Well, yeah, I know. We'll see how AI comes along in the next few years because it's getting a little scary. Um, they have developed certain types of AI that are able to create new ideas on their own and, interpret things in a much closer way to how humans interpret things. So, yes. But there's the problem, right? We're trying to create artificial minds when we don't even understand our own minds yet. That sounds like a really dangerous game to me because you don't know what you're going to get, you know? So I don't know. I think some of these people need to pay more attention to Black Mirror. But I love that we're starting to understand it more because, like, even when I was a kid, I always found psychology really interesting. I didn't want to be a psychologist, but I found the mind really interesting. I was fascinated by dreams and symbolism and stuff like that. One of the big reasons Nightmare on Elm Street was one of my favorite franchises growing up was because it was all about dreams and the mind and nightmares and stuff like that. There's a lot of psychological aspects to it. Fairly simple because it's, essentially a slasher flick, but it's still there. Like that is still present. And I've always just been fascinated by that kind of stuff. So the fact that we're starting to learn more and more about it is just more interesting to me. And, you know, recognizing more about ourselves and each other. And I don't know. I guess some people get bent out of shape about it, like, "Oh, these autism people didn't exist before," and because it threatens what they have always viewed as reality, where they hate the thought that they might be on the spectrum. They're not perfect. And it's like, well, guess what? Nobody's perfect. We're all broken in our own ways and to different extents, but that's just part of what makes us human. Dan says, if it wasn't for the trolls, I would say that you should make a YouTube video about your experience with ADHD and autism. Yeah, possibly. I would just have to sit down and put a little thought into that. But the funny thing is, like, I could actually pull video clips. Maybe that's see, because I'm looking to capture all the rest of the videos, right? Which would make it much easier for me to dive into the archives and pull clips for different purposes. So I mean, I could go back like into a bunch of my '90s clips, and even right now I'm thinking of several examples just off the top of my head of pretty clear, obvious behaviors, um, and say like, well, yeah, I mean, it's always been a part of who I am. So anybody who thinks that autism just magically appeared out of nowhere. Well, look at this. Look at this clip of me in 1992 talking my friend's ear off about Doctor Who and Dragon's Lair for 3 hours. No joke. So, I don't know. I don't know. What was this? They pay you too much and are jaded? I don't know what that's referring to, but Vermin says the AI is scary, especially when it makes videos of Z being ripped. Vermin's been doing some funny little videos of me, just taking some clips of me and feeding it into some kind of AI meat grinder. And the results have been very strange. We might look at some of those on stream at some point. But yeah. Latin says they need to stop making those entirely. What, me being ripped? You don't want to see ripped, Z? Fuck off, Quack. When you realize you hate your friends. Vermin says, I think if they are generating that, they aren't thinking about blowing up the world and are too scared to pull the trigger because Z is our savior. Yeah. It was kind of like me as a He-Man-esque, ridiculously pumped, hot dad. But yeah, good times. Anyway, folks, I think I'm gonna head off. I'm hungry, and I think this weed needs a little more protein to kick in. I'm a little disappointed with the results, so I think I'm gonna get nice and high, relax, and watch some Incredible Hulk. I like how I just got this pile of stuff, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna watch the thing I've been watching for a while. Yeah. What are you chewing on? Don't be licking the plastic. And I gotta clean some stuff off the table over there. All righty. As it Tidbit says, I feel like it can sometimes be like a genius gene for some people are on autopilot with little thoughts going on, but the few things they have going, while my brain doing tons of things plus main task. Yeah, well, I mean, everybody, they're all wired different. We're all wired differently, right? So we all have different flavors of the tism or ADHD or whatever. We all have our own sort of things. Although the ADHD symptoms seem to be pretty, more or less universal from what I've seen. I haven't seen a lot of variance there. It's just some are more extreme than others. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of those videos of people with ADHD, for example, who just kind of talk about it or do little sketches about it or what have you. And there seems to be a lot of common threads there of how that type of wiring works. But yeah, it's all interesting. Anyway, I'm heading off. Have yourselves a great day or night, everybody. And I will see you next time, probably sometime tomorrow when more packages arrive. So until then, thanks for watching, and sayonara. Look at this guy, says Carlatin. Gets a bunch of stuff, shows it off in our poor faces, leaves. Didn't even read what I said. How classist. Better get used to it. That's right. For the whole few days I've been a rich person. Don't worry, I'll be poor again soon. I'm working on it. Anyway, see you guys later.